Ladies and gentlemen, rejection, the one thing we all fear, yet the one thing that shapes the strongest among us. You've been overlooked, cast aside, ignored. But what if I told you rejection is not your downfall? It's your greatest weapon. The world belongs to those who know how to turn pain into power. Those who don't beg for acceptance, but make others regret doubting them. Today, I will give you 7 powerful lessons. The same lessons that forged the strongest minds in history. Ignore them, and you stay weak. Master them, and you become unstoppable. Subscribe to Apex now, because wisdom is power, and power belongs to those who seek it. Lesson 1. Ignore them back. Rejection is not a command for you to chase. It is an invitation to rise. When someone turns their back on you, turn your focus inward. Do not plead, explain, or seek closure where none is needed. Indifference is your greatest weapon. When you stop reacting, you force them to confront the weight of their own actions. They expected a response, a reaction, an attempt to win them over. Deny them that satisfaction. Walk away with dignity. Let them wonder if they ever truly mattered to you. Because the moment you stop caring, you take back control. The world respects those who respect themselves. Lesson 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection is an emotional ambush. It strikes at the heart of your self-worth, triggering an immediate response. Anger, sadness, frustration. The weak let these emotions control them. They lash out, beg for explanations, or try to prove their worth. But what they don't realize is this: the moment you react, you lose. Imagine 2 warriors facing each other. One stands calm, composed and unreadable. The other shouts, swings wildly, and exposes his emotions. Who is stronger? The one who remains in control. The same applies to rejection. When you react emotionally, you reveal your weak spots. You show them that their actions have power over you, and once they see that power, they will use it against you, whether intentionally or not. But when you respond with stillness, with silence, with absolute composure, you confuse them. You make them question if their rejection even affected you. And that, my friend, is when the power shifts. The one who is least affected, who remains in control of their emotions, wins. This is what the Stoics mastered. To feel emotion but not be ruled by it. To understand that the world does not owe you acceptance, and that rejection is not an attack. It is merely information, a redirection, an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. So, when rejection comes, do not flinch. Do not argue. Do not break your posture. Let them see that their absence does not disturb your peace. And in that moment, you will realize a great truth. Those who cannot control their emotions are slaves to those who can. Lesson 3. Erase them from your mind. Rejection doesn't hurt because of what was said or done. It hurts because of what stays in your mind afterward. The overthinking, the self-doubt, the imaginary conversations where you try to change the outcome. This is where most people lose, not in the rejection itself, but in the way they carry it long after it happened. But tell me, why would you allow someone who walked away to still have power over you? Why let their absence drain your energy when their presence wasn't even meant for you? You must understand this. Thoughts are fuel. Whatever you focus on grows stronger. If you keep replaying the rejection, you keep reliving the pain. But if you shift your mind to something greater, your goals, your growth, your mission, you strip the rejection of its power. You make it disappear. Look at the great minds of history. The strongest warriors, the wisest philosophers, the most successful men. They did not sit around wondering why someone didn't choose them. They chose themselves. They mastered their emotions. They replaced pain with purpose. So today, you must make a choice. Will you let rejection haunt you, or will you erase it? Because the second you remove them from your mind, you set yourself free. Lesson 4. Demonstrate your value. Rejection is not the end of your worth. It is the beginning of your proof. When someone rejects you, they believe they can live without. You let them, but make sure they live to regret it. Not through anger, not through begging, but through your unshakable growth. Think of the most powerful men in history. Were they validated by the approval of others? No. They built their value so high that people had no choice but to recognize it. They didn't chase validation. They became the kind of person that others chased. You must do the same. Transform rejection into motivation. Every no should fuel you to improve, physically, mentally, financially. If they thought you weren't good enough, prove them wrong. Not with words, but with results. The greatest revenge is success. When they see you again, rising, thriving, untouchable, they will remember the day they walked away. But by then, it won't matter, because you will have become something greater. Do not convince them to want you. Become someone they can no longer ignore. Lesson 5. Cut off contact. Rejection is painful, but staying connected to those who discarded you is self-inflicted suffering. Every time you see their name, hear their voice, or revisit old memories, you reopen a wound that should be healing. You cannot move forward while holding on to the past. The strongest men understand this. Distance is power. When you remove access, you remove influence. The less they know about you, the more they wonder. And the more they wonder, the more control shifts back to you. Some people think staying in contact is a sign of maturity. No, it is a sign of attachment. Cutting off contact is the real strength. It is the ability to say, I respect myself too much to linger where I am not valued. This is not about anger. It is not about proving a point. It is about reclaiming your peace. Block them, delete their number, erase their presence from your life. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Because your energy is too valuable to be wasted on those who walked away. Lesson 6. Prove them wrong. Rejection is a message. It tells you you are not enough. Maybe not in those words, but in action. Good. Let it fuel you. Let it ignite something inside you. Because while weak men sit in their pain, strong men turn it into power. History remembers those who used rejection as a stepping stone. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. They didn't argue, they didn't complain. They built themselves into legends. You must do the same. Take the pain and put it into your work, your mind and your body. Improve so much that the world has no choice But to take notice, if they thought you weren't worth their time, make them regret underestimating you. But here's the truth. By the time you've proven them wrong, you won't even care about their opinion anymore. You will have outgrown them. And that is the ultimate victory. Make rejection your reason to rise. Let them see the person they lost and know they can never have them back. Lesson 7. Go out and have fun. Rejection tricks you into thinking you've lost something. But the truth is, you've been given an opportunity, the freedom to focus on yourself. Most people sit in their pain, replaying moments, wondering what they could have done differently. But the strongest among us, they move forward without hesitation. Go out. Enjoy life, not to prove anything, not to make them jealous, but because your happiness does not depend on them. Nothing confuses those who rejected you more than seeing you completely unbothered, living your best life. And here's what will happen when you stop caring. They will start wondering, why aren't you affected? Why didn't you chase? Why does your life seem even better without them? That curiosity will eat at them far more than any words you could have said. Rejection is a redirection. Stop looking at what was lost and start embracing what is ahead. Because when you are truly happy, truly free, rejection loses all its power over you. Final message: the strong do not beg. Rejection is nothing more than a filter separating the weak from the strong. The weak take it personally. The strong use it as fuel. Be the kind of person who walks away with dignity, improves in silence, and thrives without looking back. Because in the end, the ones who rejected you, they will be the ones who remember you.